Hi guys, this is Explore India YouTube channel. This channel make visible by Indian devotional place and tourism place. The all place history and route map information share with you. This information with useful to find the place and visit easy. Watch this full video, don't miss it. Please subscribe and click bell symbol in feature all upload videos will you get immediately.
Jambukeswara Temple, Thiruvanaikaval. Jambukeswara Temple, Thiruvanaikaval, also Thiruvanaikal, Jambukeswaram, is a famous Shiva temple in Tiruchirapalli, Trichy, district, in the state of Tamil Nadu, India. The temple was built by Kocengannan, Kochenga Chola, one of the early Cholas, around 1800 years ago. It is located in the Srirangam island, which has the famous Ranganathaswamy temple. Thiruvanaikal is one of the 5 major Shiva temples of Tamil Nadu, Pancha Bhoota Stalam, representing the Mahābhūta or 5 great element. This temple represents the element of water, or neer in Tamil. The sanctum of Jambukeswara has an underground water stream, and in spite of pumping water out, it is always filled with water. It is one of the 275 Paadal Petra Sthalams, where all the foremost revered Nayanars, Saivite Saints, have sung glories of the deity in this temple. The temple has inscriptions from the Chola period. Legend. Once Parvati mocked Shiva's penance for betterment of the world. Shiva wanted to condemn her act and directed her to go to the earth from Kailasam, Shiva's abode, to do penance. Parvati in the form of Akilandeswari as per Shiva's wish found Jambu forest, Thiruvanaikal, to conduct her penance. She made a lingam out of water of river Kaveri, also called as river Pani, under the Venaval tree, the Venaval tree on top of the same Jambu, and commenced her worship. The lingam is known as Appu Lingam, water lingam. Shiva at last gave darshan to Akilandeswari, and taught her Sivanana. Akilandeswari took a padisa, lessons, facing east from Shiva, who stood facing west. There were 2 Sivaganas, Shiva's disciples who live in Kailash, Malayavan and Pushpadanta. Though they are Sivaganas, they always quarrel with each other, and fight for one thing or other. In one fight Malayavan cursed Pushpadanta to become an elephant on earth, and the latter cursed the former, to become a spider on earth. The elephant and the spider came to Jambukeswaram, and continued their Shiva worship. The elephant collected water from river Kaveri, and conducted ablution to the lingam under the Jambu tree, Eugenia jambalana, the rose apple tree, daily. The spider constructed his web over the lingam, to prevent dry leaves from dropping on it, and prevent sunlight directly falling on it. When the elephant saw the web and thought it was dust on lingam, the elephant tore them, and cleaned the lingam, by pouring water, and the practice continued daily. The spider became angry one day, and crawled into the trunk of the elephant and bit the elephant to death, killing itself. Shiva, in the form of Jambukeswara, moved by the deep devotion of the 2, relieved them from the curse. As an elephant worshipped Shiva here, this place came to be known as Thiruvanaikal. Thiru means holy, Ana is elephant, Kaa, Kadu, means forest. Later the name Thiruvanaikal became Thiruvanaikaval and Thiruvanaikal, as an outcome of having committed a sin by killing the elephant. In the next birth, the spider was born as the king Kochenga Chola, Kocengannan Cholan meaning red-eyed king, and built 70 temples, and this temple is the one among them. The account of the Chola building 70 temples along with this temple is mentioned in Nalayara Divya Prabandham. Remembering his enmity with the elephant in his previous birth, he built the Saivite Sanctorum, such that not even a small elephant can enter. The entrance on the Sanctorum of Jambukeswara is only 4 foot high and 2.5 foot wide. There was a story behind the king's red eyes. When he was in his mother's womb, the palace astrologer predicted a sacred time to give birth to enable the newborn's well-being. The queen went into labor early, before the time predicted by the astrologer. The queen hence told the servant to hang her upside down for the time to come, so that she could have a wise and virtuous son who could head the kingdom righteously. This waiting time inside the womb made the baby's eyes red. After becoming the king, he built a temple for Shiva and goddess Akalandeswari in the name of an acre, elephant protected. Later days it changed to Thiruvanaikaval. Architecture. As per Ferguson, the temple surpasses the Srirangam Ranganathaswamy temple in architectural terms, which were both constructed at the same time. There are 5 enclosures inside the temple. The massive outer wall covering the 5th precinct, known as the Vibhuti Prakara, stretches over a mile, and is 2 feet thick, and over 25 feet high. Legend maintains that the wall was built by Shiva working with the laborers. The 4th precinct contains a hall with 796 pillars and measures 2436 feet by 1493. It also has a small tank fed by perpetual springs. The 3rd enclosure is 745 feet by 197, surrounded a wall 30 feet high. This area has 2 gopurams, gateway towers, 73 and 100 feet tall, a coconut thopu and a small water tank. The 2nd enclosure is 306 feet by 197. A gopuram 65 feet high and several small shrines. The innermost enclosure, measuring 126 feet by 123, has the sanctum. The Sanctum Sanctorum is a square structure, found independently situated at the center of the innermost enclosure. There is a vimana on the roof of the sanctum. The structure is open on 3 sides, with a shallow moat separating it from the circumambulatory path of the innermost enclosure. The style of Vriksham, or holy tree here, is the white Jambuca, Syzygium cumeni, found growing along the southeastern wall of the Sanctum Sanctorum. The trunk of the tree is protected by a walled structure. The western side of the sanctum, from where the deity is viewed, is continuous with a large closed hall, the Mukha Mandapa, containing 4 pillars and housing a bronze idol of Nandi. The Mukha Mandapa has a large ornate western door gilded with silver that forms the principal entrance. There are 2 additional entrances to the Mukha Mandapa on the southern and northeastern sides as well. A set of 3 steps descend to the level of the Sanctum Sanctorum from the Mukha Mandapa. The deity is viewed through a stone window that forms an integral part of the western face of the Sanctum Sanctorum. The window has 9 viewing apertures, believed to represent the Navagraha. There is a panel in bas-relief over the window depicting the Sthalapuranam, the Jambuca tree growing out of meditating sage's head on the extreme right, the linga of Jambukeswara under the tree, a spider and an elephant worshipping the linga along with the goddess Parvati who stands to the left of the linga. The Sanctum Sanctorum is divided into the Ardha Mandapam or Anterulum, whose western wall bears the window, and the Garbhagriha where the deity of Jambukeswara is housed. Entrance into the sanctum is through a small door on the southern wall, about 4 feet in height. The Ardha Mandapa is about 4 feet x 4 feet, and contains an idol of goddess Parvati on the right side of the door to the Garbhagriha. Devotees are admitted in groups of 6 into the Ardha Mandapa during sevas like Abhishekam, or on payment of a small fee. The Garbhagriha is a wider structure compared to the Ardha Mandapa. At the center, the Brahmasthana, is the self-manifested linga of Jambukeswara. The upper conical part of the linga is of the color of copper, whereas the yoni baga or the pedestal is of black granite. A brass ring is seen at the point of attachment of the linga to the pedestal. The height of the linga is about 3 feet from the floor of the sanctum. The garbhagriha and the Ardha Mandapa are unadorned from the inside, the only source of illumination within the sanctum being ghee lamps. A stream of water is said to emerge from the linga, which is usually demonstrated as the soaking wet clothes in which it is draped. The water flow increases significantly during the monsoon. The main deity of the temple is Jambukeswara, representing the element water. Jambukeswara is depicted sitting under a jambu tree, which grows over a small stream that engulfs the deity during the rainy season. The temple is also considered the abode of goddess Akhilandeswari, one of the forms of the goddess Parvati. The greatest of works related to this temple include Thiruvanaikaval and Kilvalarakshyalingaswamy temple. Goddess Akhilandeswari's shrine. The temple's idols are installed opposite to each other. Such temples are known as Appu Sthalams. As the Devi was like a student and Jambukeswara like a guru, teacher, in this temple, there is no Thirukalanam, marriage, conducted in this temple for Shiva and Parvati, unlike the other Shiva temples. The Sanathi of the goddess Akhilandeshwari and the Sanathi of Prasannavinayaka are in the shape of the Pranava mantra called Om. It is believed that the Amman in the temple was in deep anger, hence during one of Adi Sankara's visit he installed the Prasanna Ganapathy idol right opposite to her Sanathi, and installed a pair of Sarai chakra Thatankas, earrings, to reduce her anger. The sculpture of Ekapadatamurti, an aspect of Shiva with the deities Vishnu and Brahma emerging from it, is present in the temple, which can be seen only in Thayagaraja temple, Tiruvatiyaya. There are a lot of inscriptions from various Chola kings from 11th-12th century indicating grants to the temple. The temple was widely expanded by Hoysala king, Samswara, the son of Viranarasimha. During 1236-37 CE, he built a lot of shrines, namely Valalaswara, Padumaleswara, Viranarasimjeswara and Somleswara, evidently named after his grandfather Balala II, grandmother Padmala Devi, father Viranarasimha, and aunt Somala Devi. The seven-tiered Rajagopuram is also believed to have constructed by the Hoysala king. There are separate shrines beyond the temple compound, namely Adihang, a typical structure as the main shrines. The temple and its pagodas were subject to frequent conquest between French and English forces between 1751 and 1755 CE. The temple is being widely maintained by Velalas and the Natakote Chechias during the 19th and early 20th centuries. Religious significance of the temple. Pancha Bhoota Stalam refers to the 5 Shiva temples, each representing the manifestation of the 5 prime element of nature: space, air, fire, water, earth. Pancha indicates 5, Bhoota means element and Sthala means place. All these temples are located in South India, with 4 of these temples at Tamil Nadu, and 1 at Andhra Pradesh. The 5 elements are believed to be enshrined in the 5 lingams, and each of the lingams representing Shiva in the temple have 5 different names, based on the element they represent. In the temple, Shiva is said to have manifested himself in the form of water, Appu Lingam. The other 4 manifestations are Prithvi Lingam, representing land, at Ekambaraswara temple, Akasalingam, representing sky, at Thalanataraja temple, Chidambaram, a Neelingam, representing fire, at Annamalaya temple, and Vayulingam, representing air, at Srikalahasti temple. Culture. In the third enclosure, there is a coconut grove having a small tank where the festival image of Vaishnavite Srirangam temple used to be brought one day a year. As Akhilandeswari worshipped Lord Shiva in this temple, even today at noon the Arkaka, priest, dresses like a female, and does puja to Jambukeswara and Gomatha, cow. The noon puja is very famous and a host of pilgrims attend it every day. A special variety of black cow, called Karampasu, is used for the occasion. Anabhishekam to Lingam, ablution with cooked rice, is a daily ritual performed in the temple. The temple is one of the hosts for the annual Natyanjali, a festival of classical Indian dance. The temple has also a school for training Nadhaswaram, a classical pipe instrument in Tamil Nadu. There is a legend that Parvati worshipped Shiva here and installed the idol in the sanctum. Following the legend, a priest performs the puja every day. It is believed that Adi Sankara offered earrings called Thadanga to Akalandeshwari. There are a total of 9 water bardhas associated with the temple. Hey there. Subscribe to my channel and also press this bell icon so you never miss any new updates, because whenever we upload new video you will get a notification on your phone.